Is this thing recording? Yes. What's up? Welcome to the workshop. I'm Jeff. This is Fun Size Adventures, yada, 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 all that stuff that you already probably know. Because probably the only people that will watch this video are people who have seen my other videos. But I've had several videos that I was going to work on to come out today, but just none of them worked out. There's a lot of things going on that prevented that from happening. So rather than take the week off, I thought, let's do a little update. I'll show you what's to come in the next several months and show you a little bit about why things just haven't been happening the way they should. First up, let's take a little walk right over here, and we will head out of the workshop and out of the basement into my yard, which keeps getting this close to spring and then changing back to a winter wonderland. It's been this cycle where it's been like 50, 55 degrees. The snow gets almost completely gone. Actually, the first video I need to film, I need the swing set for, and that's south, so those trees block the sunlight from hitting the snow over there, so that's the last snow to melt. And as the second it's just about gone, more falls, and it's been kind of frustrating. But it's March still in Maine, so it's kind of what you expect. I want to get going on these videos and start sharing some of this stuff with you. But the second thing that has been holding things up is that we've had some flus going around, and everybody's kind of fallen victim to it right now. Ethan and Calvin and Sarah are upstairs laying on the couches and recliners, and they're not feeling well. Eli and Miles are kind of coming out of it. I had it for like a day or so, but I know it's kind of like a stereotype with guys is that you get a cold and you act like you're dead. And I do that too. But you know what? I start feeling sick. I just lay on the couch. I act like I'm dead. I don't do anything for a day. And then the next day I wake up and I'm fine. I go to work. Everything keeps on rolling. So, I mean, yeah, I act like a baby for a little bit, but it works. So let's move on to some of the things that are upcoming. And one of the things that's been cool over the course of the past 5 years of doing this channel is that different brands see my videos and want me to make a video of their thing, so they'll send it out. And I've got a few things already piling up in regards to that. Got this brand Jungle Well sent me this saucer swing. That's the first video I've got to do coming up. And I've got a couple things. Hat Fan sent us several things last year. This year they sent us another dome climber. This one has a little bit different. It's their upgraded version. And then another Ninja Course, which is just another style of that. And we're excited to get going on those things as always. And that's just very typical backyard fun. I feel like those videos help a lot of people because those are the sort of things that nobody really takes the time to do like good reviews of. So that's what I try to do. And then we've got this bike here. We actually just got it. I just set this up yesterday. This is from a brand called Glurk, which tries to make bikes that are better than what you buy in a big box store, but also less expensive than what you would buy in like a bike shop. So kind of that middle ground that's great for budget conscious parents like me that want to not spend a lot of money, but also have quality bikes. And I can tell you from when I've been setting it up that it feels like the quality's there. Miles still getting over that cold, and the weather's not working out, so we haven't been able to test it really yet. But I think that's going to be a great bike, and I can't wait to get into it and really do the full review and see if that's something that maybe you want to consider as your kids start learning to ride. And then there's things that, in addition to companies sending me stuff, there's still stuff that I buy myself, and that's especially things that I want to put a lot of research into. Now, you probably remember several years ago the gravity cart build that we did. It's right there on the shelf. Kids still use that sometimes for fun, but ever since then I really wanted to try to get them some sort of pedal cart because it seems like they would really enjoy that. But a lot of those are really expensive. But then I found this one down here. This is from a brand called Hawk. It's available on Amazon, and got them this for Christmas. We've been testing it in the basement here and it works great, but we haven't got a chance to test it outside yet, so I can really put together a full comprehensive review of whether I think it's worth it. It was about 150 bucks, and it's so far it seems good, but like I said, we haven't had enough data yet to really tell you my thoughts. And then another thing, and this is something that I've been kind of researching for a long time, is the kids, especially the older ones, want like RC cars, and they don't. My screen turned off. There we go. Fixed it. And you buy like cheap ones, and I've bought several cheap ones for them at like Walmart and stuff, and they just don't last. Something little breaks on them, and then they're done. You can't fix them. So I wanted to get them the cheapest like hobby grade car you could, so that you could fix things without spending a fortune. And I ended up getting this Arma Typhon Grom RC car. It's so far, like I said, like all these things, I've just used them in the basement and they work great. And the good thing about this is not only is it a solid little car, but it's everything in there is replaceable. If you have a little tiny part that breaks, you can send away and get, or go to your local hobby shop and get that exact part for a couple bucks and fix your own car. So in the long run, it should save you a lot of money. And I'm still working on that video too, kind of the research phase in the background. And I'm excited to share that with you. All these things will be coming out this summer. And speaking of earlier about like the kids and them not feeling well, like it's just like, that's another thing that's kind of been dragging things down the past couple weeks. But that's part of being a dad. Being a dad, sometimes you don't get to do stuff like this because you've got to do stuff like take care of your family, and that's #1 priority. And this channel, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, has been going on for 5 years now. And Miles, my youngest, is actually like 2 months old when I started this. So it's kind of crazy to think about that he doesn't really have any memories of when this channel hasn't been going. But over the course of those 5 years, it's been funny that not funny. It's been the case that we thought we were done. Sarah and I had always said that we'd have 3 or 4 kids, and we had the 4 kids, and we thought that was kind of all she wrote for that phase of our parenthood journey, if that's what you want to call it. But you probably, if you watched my videos from the end of last year, I kind of had some offhand comments in there where I was like, you could tell maybe looking back on it that I was thinking that maybe one more. But I would never mention that to Sarah because I didn't want to pressure her and feel like I was forcing her into anything. But then, as things would have it, she randomly came up to me and said the same thing. So I am super excited to announce for my YouTube audience that there's another baby on the way. Wait, actually, that's a picture of an ovary. There's the baby. And we are super excited, due coming this October. And it's, like I said, I kind of thought this phase of our life was over, but you know what? Sometimes you get a feeling about something, feel like maybe God's telling you he's got other plans. So that's where we're at. And as you can see from all this stuff, it's going to be a great year in my family and also in this channel. And I hope to share a lot of it with you from the products we shared. And also, I'm sure you guys will find out when that baby comes. And maybe it'll be a girl, maybe it'll be another boy. Either way, we're just blessed to be parents, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, being a parent's like the greatest thing that you could be. It's the hardest thing you could be, but I fail for words to describe. And I highly recommend it. But until next week, hopefully we'll start reviewing some of these things I showed you and keep you in the loop about the other things as well. Hopefully everybody's feeling better. Until then, if you're feeling well enough, get out there and have a fun-sized adventure of your own. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.